Sunday musings. Here we are again. Nice to see you again. I'm inside at the moment replying to my web designer who has created a wonderful page for my new book, if I haven't told you about it already. Now, it's a perfect day to be inside because outside is absolutely blowing a hoolie. The rain is coming down. Let me just take you and show you out the window. It's horrible out there. I don't know what the weather's like where you are. That's the field next to us. Can you see the trees are all swaying? It's actually, well, it's just spitty, but it's been coming down sideways. The sky's grey. It's really not very nice. Anyway, what am I doing? I am replying to my web designer because she has created a wonderful web page for my new book called Where's Etty? Now, it's going to be out on Amazon next week, fingers crossed. I am waiting now for my author's copy just to proofread it and just check that it's all laid out properly and there aren't any mistakes. So fingers crossed I will get that soon before I hit the publish button. And also this website. Now, I wanted to come on today not only to talk about that, but also to talk about really bad habits because I've just done it on the computer and I always do it and I cannot break the habit. I cannot break the habit, and it just really annoys me because I do it all the time when I'm typing. Now, what I do when I type, I'm not a fast typer at all, and I look at the keys. I can't type without looking at the keys. I have to look at the keys, and when I write the word the, I do a TH space and then an E. Now that sounds really weird, but I do it all the time and it just really annoys me because I look back at my writing and there's a TH space E, TH space E, and I can't crack it. I can't crack it. I don't know what to do to not do it because I think to myself when I write when I'm consciously thinking, don't mess up on writing the wrong, and I use one hand to write the word, so then I won't make that mistake. I think it's because I use one hand and then the other. TH is TH, and then for some reason I do space and then an E. And it's just nuts because I don't know why I do it. And I've always done it for as long as I can remember. And every time I look at it, it really pisses me off. It really annoys me that I do that and I can't crack the habit. And I think that's got me thinking about bad habits that are really difficult to crack. I'm sure if I spent a whole day writing the with one hand and I got so fed up of doing it that it would just eventually get into my brain and I would overlearn and it would just go into my brain and it would work. But I'm not going to spend a whole day writing the with one hand. But it's just so annoying. It's really random, isn't it? It's a really random bad habit. And I just thought I'd talk about it because I don't know if it's just me that does it. I think it is just me that does that. But bad habits, some really bad ones, they're tough to crack, aren't they? Do you have any bad habits? Here's me going again. When I was a student, I did smoke, and that is a bad habit, isn't it? That's disgusting. I didn't smoke a lot, but my group of friends, that's what we did. We just went out to the pubs and smoked, and that was a terrible habit, but I managed to stop that a long time ago. Drinking is a bad habit. Gambling, these are all really awful ones that come to mind straight away. But I'm really thinking about silly little habits that you might have, like me not writing the properly on my keyboard here. But if you have a silly little habit that you do that is difficult to give up, let me know. I'm just thinking now, my dad, but it's a nervous thing that my dad does, he hums, and he's always done it. Whenever I go out on his boat in the summer and he's getting the boat ready to leave the marina, he hums. He doesn't know he does it, but he hums because he's nervous about making sure the ropes are in, that everything's working, and that the sails are working, the ropes are working, and the fenders are up, and all the little jobs that you've got to have ready as you're leaving the marina. And he hums, but it's not just that. Whenever he's nervous, I think, busy or anxious about something, he hums, and he's always done that. Is that a bad habit? I don't think it's a bad habit, but it is a habit, and he's always done it. I shake my legs sometimes underneath the table when I'm a bit nervous, but again, I don't think that's a bad habit. This is a bad habit, not being able to write the properly on my keyboard. That's a really silly bad habit. So let me know if you've got a silly little, that is bad, silly little bad habit that you'd like to stop or get rid of. But yeah, it just got me thinking that would be a good Sunday musing to talk about that. But yeah, my new book, I'm so excited. I am an author. I can't believe it. It's taken me ages to write this book. I started this about 9 years ago. Would you believe it? I wrote it on a piece of scrap paper when I was teaching, and I just added little bits to it whenever I had a spare bit of time, corrected, edited, changed it, researched lots of lovely illustrators, took inspiration from books that when I was teaching I read to the children of pictures that I'd like for my book. So it has taken a long time, and it's taken a lot of people. I didn't realise how many people I'd need to involve in writing a children's book. You've got the editors, you've got the proofreaders, you've got the illustrators, you've got the typesetters, you've got the web designers, you've got a lot of people. Didn't realise, but now they're all in place. I can now write once this one's published, I can now think about writing my next book next year, because I am going to be doing a series of 5 books called Where's Etty, and the books are based on my daughter who has got a genetic disorder. But they are fun stories. They're a delightful read, I like to call it, about a little girl getting lost, which she did regularly. And the first one is Studland Bay, where she went missing on a summer's day on the beach, and it was awful. But in her world it wasn't awful, because she met a mermaid and had a wonderful adventure. And it highlights that children with disabilities, they have a wonderful imagination, they're creative, they're loving, they're giving, they have magic powers, they are an inspiration. They can endure things as well, which I've noticed about my daughter, that people without disabilities can't endure. Anyway, I won't bore you about it all, but the book is coming out, and there's a little bit about me, a little bit about my daughter at the back, and also a website, which I am just correcting my web designer on a few bits and bobs about what's going on the website. But yeah, I'm not going to be having the spelt wrong, or not spelt wrong, but with a big gap between the TH and then the E. Weird, bad habit that I've got, and I've always done it. Crazy beans. Anyway, it is a horrible day today, but I'm very happy to get this work done in front of my computer. It is the very last bit before Where's Etty is published, and if you do want a copy, please buy it. And we are going to be donating to the GMB1 Foundation. Etty has also got a Just Giving page, because I would like her to have a specially designed bicycle, electrical bicycle, because her disability affects her walking, and she finds it very difficult to do any exercise. But going out on a bike she loves, and I know this because I took her out on a bike which was for a disabled person in the forest, and it's through a charity called Ped All, and they have bikes specially designed for people with disabilities, and she loved it. She absolutely loved going through all the forest tracks, the wind in her hair and all the trees and the animals, and she just said, "Mummy, I really enjoy being out on a bike." But she won't ride a normal bike. It has to be a bike specially made for her, and they cost thousands and thousands of pounds to have made. So we have a Just Giving page for her to raise money for her electric bike, and a Just Giving page, well, it's a link to the GMB1 Foundation. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. I'm really, really excited. And I'm not going to bore you anymore because this is turning into quite a long video. But yes, buy the book. And if you can spare a few pennies, donate. That would be lovely. So, bad habits. Do you have any bad habits that you would like to crack? Any silly little ones that you would like to crack? Let me know. And before I go, I put my tree up yesterday. Do you want to see it? Let me take you over here. It's very sparkly. It is. Ta-da! One Christmas tree. There we go. And I have a fairy on the top, not a star. Do you have a fairy or do you have a star on the top of your tree? Anyway, have a lovely week, and yeah, watch out for my new book. Let me know if you if you're interested, and also about bad habits. Have a lovely week, and I will see you again next time for some Sunday musings. Ta-ta for now.